We did a video on the Kennedy half dollar a while ago, and this is a 1992 half dollar. As you can see, it has the P mint mark on it, and we talked about what a huge coin it was. Well, today we're going to talk about how some of the biggest coins in the world and go through a few of them. So let's just put that over here. Now, to get an idea how big this Kennedy half dollar is, what we can do is we can put other coins on it that we know the size of. So there's the American quarter dollar, and see how that Kennedy half dollar just dwarfs the American quarter dollar. We could also put on the Philippine 2001 1 peso coin, and again, it is dwarfed by the American half dollar. Even the older, even the newer 1 peso coins, like the 70, the 92 or the 94 1 peso coins, are still dwarfed by this American half dollar. So it's a huge coin. Here's a 2 euro coin, and that's presently in use. This is the first map of the 2 euro, but it's still currency. And so that 2 euro coin, again, dwarfed by the half dollar. But if we want to look at some other coins from other parts of the world, we see that they're just as big as the half dollar, and that's what we'll look at today. So let's start with this one here, and that is a Yugoslavian 10 Dinara coin. And we see that it is just as big as a US half dollar. This is a 1977 version, and you can see on the back that it says Yugoslavia. So, and I just want to show you that this is not a camera angle or anything, it's just bigger than the half dollar. And when we look at it, we see that it is a huge coin in its own right. So again, we put the 2 euro on that old Yugoslavian coin, and we see that it again is dwarfed by the Yugoslavian 10 Dinara, which is the same size, even a little bit bigger than the half dollar. Next, we have a coin from Ireland, the 1968 1 Pingin coin, one of my favorite coins ever, and this is way bigger than the half dollar. So if we take this 1 Pingin coin out and we put the half dollar on top of it, we can see edges pretty much all the way around. Let me get up. So you can see, essentially you can see an edge all the way around if you're above the Kennedy half dollar. Now it's not hugely bigger. I'm not trying to fool you or think that it's huge compared to the half dollar, but you can see how we see the lip all the way around it. So the 1 Pingin coin, bigger than the Kennedy half. In those beautiful hen and chicks, 1 Pingin. Next we see a coin from somewhere in the British Empire. This is George VI, King and Emperor of India. And this is from Australia, the 1 penny coin from Australia, 1944, which is as big, maybe a tiny bit bigger than the Irish 1 Pingin, and which is way bigger than the US half dollar. The next coin we come is actually from Britain, which is bigger than the Australian coin. We can actually flip them over, and you can see that. So this is the half crown coin from Great Britain, and if we put it on top, we can see that we have edges pretty much all the way around on the half crown coin from Great Britain. And this is Elizabeth Regina, 1956 half crown, and there she is with that beautiful portrait of her hair ribbons flying out the back. This is the first portrait of Elizabeth II, Queen of England, and she has like a laurel wreath tiara on there almost. It's just a nice portrait. It's my favorite portrait of the Queen on a coin. So if we move these out of the way, we get to another one, and that is, there it is, the last Emperor of India. This is George VI. You can see his monogram there, and there he is. And this is the same size, of course, as the Elizabeth half crown. Next, we have a coin from Denmark, which is even bigger. So if we take a look at this coin, which is has Margrethe II of Denmark, and we look under the at the bottom of it, the reverse, and it's a 1982 5 Kroner coin. Let's put the half brown on top of that, and we see that we just have a little bit of a brim all the way around. So the 5 Kroner, again, way bigger than the $half. And let's put the Kennedy half on top of it to just see how much bigger we've gotten. And now we see that every one of those coins, as they get bigger, they start to dwarf the Kennedy half. We can see the edge rim all the way around this very, very clearly. And now that means we only have one more coin to show you today. And there is one coin we aren't going to show you today, but we're going to do a video on later. And that is, the biggest coin that we have currently in circulation that we see is the $1 American silver eagle, but it's not really even in circulation, is it? It's a coin that people buy, mainly investors and collectors, for its silver bullion. That's the American eagle. But there's one coin that's almost as big as that, and we did a video on that a few weeks ago, and that is the Eisenhower dollar. So let's see how that compares to the 5 Kroner coin. Wow, that's huge. The Eisenhower dollar versus the 5 Kroner from Denmark just dwarfs it. The Eisenhower dollar versus the $half from the United States of America, the Kennedy half, it just dwarfs it. The Eisenhower dollar versus the €2 note. Look how small the €2 note looks in relation to the Eisenhower dollar. Now this is a Eisenhower Centennial dollar, 1776 to 1976. It is 22.68 grams in weight and 38.1 millimeters in diameter. That is big. If we look at the back of the coin, we see that familiar Liberty Bell in the moon, the E pluribus unum, and the designer's initials. And if it's so big that you can actually read the words on the Liberty Bell and see the craters on the moon. And so this is the United States of America $1 coin from 1976, celebrating the United States bicentennial. People say, okay, that's a silver one, right? No, it's not. If there's not a S underneath Ike, then it is not silver. It was not made in Sacramento. At least that's my understanding. It's not silver. This one here is a copper, nickel-clad copper, and it was made in 1976. And people say, okay, it's nice. What's the value? The value of this one in very fine condition is worth somewhere between $2 and $3. Except that there are some that, like the 1976 D, is worth about $4.50 if it has block lettering, and $2 if it has thin lettering. So some of these 1976s are worth more than $2, but almost all of them a collector will pay you close to $2 for in very fine condition. So it can be in circulation, it can be used, and it's still worth about almost twice its face amount. All right, that's all we have today.